Yo, Pirate Radio episode 27. Let's go. Y'all heard the new tune in town? That new tune? It's called Omicron. That shit sound like some fucking some RoboCop 1980 something fucking new robotic AI technology. Listen, these motherfuckers talking about COVID now. I told you. Popcorn for that. I told you. These people will not stop. They will come with new names. The Nintendo 68, the fucking Mazda 7-4, the new variant. They'll call it anything, and you better shut up. You better shut up. If you know what's good for you, you want your job, right? All right, so you better shut up. That's how they play it. It's so sad that in jobs they pushing back. They're pushing it back like a fucking Cameron album. They pushing back the mandate like, oh, you gotta get it by this time. Yeah, they're pushing it back. And I feel like employers themselves, they know this is so fucking full of bullshit. And they have to do it. They have to do it. It's weird, right? Because it's like, you definitely have to sell your soul. In a way, I don't want it to be taken, oh, look at this. Selling your soul because you work. No, but there's a little in there in that, because I'm pretty sure that main assistant person or, GM of a territory, this of that of this territory of the company, they probably be like, what the fuck is this? They smart, right? They not smart, they smart. They smart. So you're gonna tell me they don't see this shit coming? It's like what we will call the snake oil salesman. Funny, right? Because I did the snake oil as a parody of something that's really good. You know what I mean? But in this case, people can be like, okay, we smell what the Rock is cooking. Like, come on. Like, maybe it took me, and not me, I'm talking about y'all, but maybe it took me 2 boosters to kind of get it. But now with this one, I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. That's how you feel, and it's cool. I know now it's like, damn, let me look into this shit. Oh yeah, that shit was a lot from the beginning. I knew it. And mind you, in the time when they said I knew it, they were posting like, yo, y'all niggas is dumb for not taking this fucking vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Y'all whining. That conspiracy theorist. Lo and behold, let me take this ship. The ship. I was gonna take this sip of victory. Victory for the ones who really just not believe, not strive, not hit the gyms and did fucking 80 reps. Just the ones that thought a little bit more, I guess. Sorry, just a little bit more. Just them. Just to those. Because if it wasn't for them, the ones that are willing to be ridiculed, which nobody kind of ridiculed. If anything, they'll ridicule, yeah, but probably from, behind the curtain, like, oh, look at this thing. But in reality, now it's just like, hey, man, can you believe these people? And it's like, yeah, you believe them too before, remember. But then I'm a little like an asshole because now it's like, oh, God, yeah, I know, but sometimes y'all need the plap, 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 little slap in the face and be like, yo, wake up. This ain't a fucking game. They put you to sleep with the movies, and then when the real shit comes, remember when y'all was blind? That's how y'all blind y'all was. They literally put a movie out from Netflix that about Sandra Bullock being blind and shit. Now you can't take off your blinds. Yeah, that fucking happened. 2 years later, if anything, or 1 year later. And another thing, whatever happened to cultural appropriation? Did I say that right? Cultural appropriation. I know I got the appropriation wrong, but fuck it. What happened to that? You know what I think happened? And for those who probably don't know, that one person that watches it that don't know, now imagine. Cultural appropriation is basically like, hey, white people, you can't wear braids because you're appropriating from our culture. I guess that's the way you say it. Once I saw that, me knowing history, I have to say history because I was gonna say me just knowing, I guess. And I don't know everything. I don't know a lot, but come on, when you see shit like that, it's just like, oh, y'all not gonna fall for it, so we good. And then everybody falls for it, and I'm like, oh, jeez, yo, we got more work than we got more work than what we thought. And we want to go out here on some Malcolm X and be revolutionary. We ain't got no revolution shit in our body. Last time we were trying to revolutionize something, we got up in front of cops and started fucking twerking. So come on. But you have really black people really doing shit like that, like cultural appropriation, and Hispanics jump right with it too. Cause it's always both of us, the blacks and Hispanics. We went tag along to, you can't have cultural appropriation. And it's just like, all right. So y'all willing to give up all y'all cultural appropriation, right? From whites, right? Right? It's like, there's cultural appropriation. Then you mention a couple things and they have to shut up. First of all, cultural appropriation. All right, men. Y'all ready? No more Caesars. Y'all know we love them Caesar haircuts. But yeah, no more Caesar. That came from Caesar's, fucking Julius Caesar, or whoever was fucking Caesar and made it hot. And not only that, whites, allegedly, I don't have to say allegedly, but I have to say it, just in case. Because it's going to sound like I'm lying, but until we do proper research, me, myself included, I guess, too, and research this part, and then be like, oh, yeah, you was right. So, whatever. But allegedly, the first, fade was basically for white people who had, I'm not going to say fucking, not ticks, but those fucking little creatures in their head when you have a lot of long hair or whatever, unkept. That's when they started doing the fades. And of course that happened and during one of those wars that they did that back in the days also. But it was for that. So it could be easily seen in your hair and whatever, and be for sure that there's no shit crawling in your hair or whatever. But shit like that. How about the fucking ideas of a car? You can't rock a Benz. That's white people shit. So you see, so that's why I look back, and mind you, this was like a hot topic of, and you had celebrities or just people that could kind of influence. I hate to use that word, influencers, but that's what they really were. Agree with it. And I'm like, what the? And it's so bad that this is what I be seeing. That it's like they literally took the balls away of white people. White people literally go on white people programs, or even black people programs and Hispanic programs, and literally talk about how white supremacy is this and that. And I'm like, nigga, if you don't shut the fuck up, if I was white, I'll be banging my white supremacy. That's right, we did it. That's it. We fucked up. God's gonna fucking judge us. But until then, rep it. Just rep it. You can't change the game. You can't change the game in the ninth inning, like Jay-Z said. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Be proud of what you are, and if some people truly are not, but and I mean, it's not like you need to cry for me to do it, but some people are genuine about it. But some, they feel like they have to say that in order to still be looked at cool when you're around people of different races, and that's stupid to me. Because one, you're not being truthful to yourself, but then again, who's being truthful to themselves? All you gotta do is go somebody's job and see how they're not keeping it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? We all have to have that, turn on that little actor performance here and there, unfortunately, right? But yeah, everything is almost, when I saw how many things is cultural appropriation for white people that they could just say to us, we literally have white man tattoos, not we of course, but celebrities for sure. And people in the deep hood that just want to just get tattooed all over and shit. They be having white people tattooed. Because why? Because they have fucking money printed on them. They have money tattoos. So you have Benjamin Franklin, who fucking had child corpses found under his wherever he stood at in London or whatever, and he was saying they were for educational purposes only. Weird shit like that, but look what we decided to do. And at the end of the day, this is why I have a big problem with like information, or what we like, what we love to be like, yeah, that's facts, or this is facts. 'Cause look, I looked it up. We don't know what the fuck is real or not. I have to send a massive allegedly. Like, if I could, I could just go to the tallest mountain and yell out allegedly really loud, because that needs to cover everything that I be saying, because we don't really fucking know what's going on. We like the way these people be like almost ahead of shit, 10 years, 50 years ahead of shit, and try to roll shit out and try to catch us, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. Like they say, history is written by the winners. So, like, can we really trust everything we read? We obviously can't, because when it comes to convenient shit that they leave off of certain stuff, like, the first thing, everybody want to be, Columbus Day. Well, what about Thanksgiving, motherfucker? What about Thanksgiving? What y'all changing that to? What about Christmas? That's coming right around the corner. What y'all changing that to? Where's that whole Columbus Day energy in it? So this is what I don't like, when people be half-assed in it and not completely in it. Nigga like me, I don't fucking celebrate Thanksgiving. When I was a little kid, yeah, I used to look forward, because at the end of the day, we just look forward for the main holidays, like the final bosses of Street Fighter. It's just the main, not main. I mean, Street Fighter was 4 bosses, but the main what? Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, knock it off. But you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, fuck that shit. I understand why people get together. And listen, at the end of the day, I still will get, together with family members. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Like, my beliefs is not there. So what I look like, I don't want to be that person like, yo, we shouldn't be doing, like, come on now, come on. Because at the end of the day, I see it like this. If it's like that, then, you can't change the fucking world by yourself. You would think, but you can't. Especially, Jesus Christ, like the way these people changed past 2016, and not change because obviously I guess, I don't know, not change, maybe exposed, I should say, because I would have never thought people would eat shit up from the government. I would have never thought. That's why shout outs to Trump. He made Hispanics unite. He made blacks and Hispanics unite. He made everybody whites, you know what I'm saying, the liberals with the liberals. Maybe not that, but he scared a whole lot of people. Now people are looking for news on politics and shit and staying up. Now you hear more people speaking about it. But was that needed to wake up people from the bullshit that was coming 3 years later, 4 years later, to the point that we at now? To that fucking Omicron or whatever the hell I need to find out how you pronounce it, how they pronouncing it. You know what I'm saying? A new COVID variant. So you know what that means. Ching ching. Money, 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 money. Pfizer. Pfizer, all them niggas. Moderna. Fuck shit. All the motherfuckers, they're like, let's go. Let's get this. Black Friday. You know what I'm saying? And of course you better have people on the comments now, because now I check the TNT comments, because that's like Liberal Sheep chat room right there. So I look at the post and I'm like, let me look at the comments. What temperature they at? You know what I'm saying? And now they question, like, again, another one? They fucking all slurring with their mouths to the side like fucking Jim Ross, because of all the fucking bullshit experimental shots they took. Can you believe that people really were saying, you took shots when you was a little kid? What's the difference now? Yo, and it's so funny, but like literally any other shit I used to compare it sounds so exaggerated. But that's because what they said is exaggerated. That's like saying, hey, you had a couple near misses, might as well just die. It's been a couple of times you almost died. Might as well die this time. Like, oh, come on, well, I'm not. That doesn't mean that. Or you taking it too far. No, nigga. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile. No, you give them an inch, and they'll take 5 planets. Like they just straight go, fuck the mile. Let's go to planets. They'll just take them all. I'm jumping fucking topics. Fuck that shit. But I mentioned planets, and I have to say, the greed of the white man is unparalleled. It's unparalleled. They know it. That's why they tell like the blacks, hey, reparations. No. No. That was a long time ago. I wasn't doing it. I'm cool. We cool with you. That sounds like when a nigga don't want to pay up, and it's like, yo, hold up, but come on, man, remember, like, and they'll try to bring everything up. Cause here's the thing. That whole planet shit, it reminds me of Dune, cause this new Dune that came out, it was cool, but you can just see that they're gonna really like drag out the story. The 1984 one, it was just quick. It was 80s, probably corny, but they were quick to the point. They have an hour into something to get through that shit, so they were straight to the point. But in there, they kind of have to explain how the different families own the planet, like the house of the Atreides or whatever. The house wasn't just a house. The house was like the planet, like their home. Like the planet was their home. So it just makes me think, listen, at the end of the day, whoever has the most money that won't even dare come out and be like, hey, yeah, hi, we're the Babinski brothers and we make blank, 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 blank. No. I'm talking about those that we will never know who the fuck they are. And we probably will pass by them 80,000 times because they just probably got it like that. You can just pass by them and they'll probably have like minimal security, but you will never know these are the richest people on the planet. Maybe they live under the bunker or some shit like that, or somewhere very remote. But who owns Earth? You feel me? Like, that will make the Rockefellers in the 1920s look like fucking window cleaners, like that level. So now when we go to that level, which we know there must be one person that have at least 15 people, that have at least 25 people, that have 13 people, that have a whole community, state, country, and that's how it breaks down to us. Basically like a pyramid, duh. But I'm dragging it slowly because with the greed of the white man, he went to the Caribbean, was like, yo, they're giving us gold for mirrors. We out of here. We gonna take all their shit. We gonna fuck them over. Yo, matter of fact, they too nice. Yo, you think we can make them slaves? Like, that conversation was going on, according to books. You imagine white people went in there and they started playing their instruments and it was all good. The history now made us like, yo, these niggas was wilding out, but there's way too much. There's no way I can think like that because it's way too much publications of people, getting mistreated, and by the ways of the white man. Even when I try to cut them slack, you just can't because it's like they took a shit on every restaurant and now they're trying to like get a plate, and it's like, no, you took a shit in every restaurant you was invited to. You took a shit, to the point that you go to DR, they love white people over there. They will love white people over there. You know what I'm saying? They view them as like pedigree class. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even know their history. So that's why, it just goes on and on. But anyways, my point is this. If white people did all of that shit in their own earth to their own so-called brothers, right? Because we all came out of Adam. I should have thrown allegedly for those who don't prescribe to the Bible, whatever. So you're gonna tell me that throughout this whole time, after we got movies and shows upon shows and cartoons upon cartoons and books upon books, you're gonna tell me that they still haven't made contact with quote unquote aliens, whether they look like humans, whether they look like us with a little bit altered shit, like way big ass eyes or some shit. You never know. That they haven't done that yet. That's a red flag. Because it would have been like, yo, hold up. It's like saying, yo, it's 2020 and we don't even trade with China. They all the way over there type of bullshit. Like, that would be weird. So the white man being fucking greedy as hell. Look at the fucking politics. Look how they talked about us during that whole stimulus shit. They made us like, yo, y'all niggas making too much money. Mind you, these niggas is making fun. You know what I'm saying? Cutting deals, backdoor deals. Go pick up that brown paper bag over there, type of shit. That's why these people leave in there with thinking they're gonna make, this is their salary, and they come out fucking millionaires. You know, so you're gonna tell me that the white man hasn't said like, yo, is the 60s or the 50s? Yo, hey you. Let's go over there, hurry up, let's show them, peace, yada yada, but we're gonna want trade. Just imagine. I was thinking like, just imagine planet to planet trade. Not trade as in like, your people come here, our people go over there. Like, not like that. I mean, at first I would have thought that, but not like that. I mean like trade, like how trade was from here to China, salt, pepper, fruits and shit like that. You're gonna tell me that these motherfuckers haven't thought about the possibilities of that? Maybe they did, and they were like, whoa, it's gonna be so much that everybody here gonna be rich, and we can't have everybody here to live a good life. We need some to have a certain bad life enough to be like, yep, gotta find a job. That's why, like, I understand that whole work hard. I understand that. But at the same time, we only get one life. So you telling me that the point of this is to work hard? I guess. Or at least have kids and, be fruitful and multiply like the Bible says. But even when they hinder that, like, yeah, but unless you want to be on welfare and all that, and you're pumping kids and fuck it, or you hold off, be more reserved with it, and get more comfortable, out of the hood type of shit. But by you doing that shit, it's not like around the corner type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, people really go hard and go ham, hard work, but in a weird way, it's like, even to be like, yo, fuck it, let me just have a family. Even that. Because that's why the people who just have kids and then they fuck it, what I'm gonna do, I'm just have a kid. But people be like, people that have kids, but they be telling me like, yo, the amount of money you spend is crazy. Right? And when there's a will, there's a way, of course. But it's just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it that these motherfuckers don't want us to have families? Of course not, because, at the end of the day, I did that research, and these people would rather depopulate than populate. Like, the same people getting the vaccine are the ones that definitely must have seen me 4 years ago post about Bill Gates' depopulation. Then this nigga comes and make the fucking vaccine? How the fuck I look like taking the vaccine after my ass posted that shit 4 years ago? How would I look? Let me take this sip. Y'all think about that one. How the fuck would I look taking the vaccine after I was posting that shit 4 years ago? And people saw it, so they must have took it as a joke and still took it. So right there you should have been like, hey, wait a minute, didn't he post? All right, they still took it. And maybe they was like, fuck, this shit sounded wrong. I saw it coming. My homeboy Diesla TV posted it about it before. I thought he was just a fucking dumbass lying conspiracy theorist, and he was fucking right. Fuck it, I fucked up already. Cause you know what though? Everybody else better take this shit. They were like, it's big. This shit is bigger than Nino Brown, nigga. They must have been like, yeah, yo, you haven't got the vaccine? Oh, get it, man. And then deep down, it's like, man, you better get it. I want to make sure I ain't the only one that died. You know what's funny? That I used to have that thought, like when I was gonna say when I was really scared of planes. Like right now, I'd rather not. But when I get on planes, I'll be like, shit. If this shit goes down, they going over there. Them motherfuckers over there, yeah, they going down too. Which is weird. That's so fucked up. By the way, there was a fucking TikTok video of like some fucking plane like having crazy turbulence. Like shit's probably like, it must have been dipping down, and you have people panicking, and you see the two young people just laughing it off. And it was like a quick TikTok clip, and I was like, God damn, yo, I would have been crying so fucking much of how scared I would have been. I already spoke to y'all about the fucking my plane experience, which is not crazy. I never had a crazy experience like that, and I'd be fucking panicking. Just imagine that. You know, it's weird. You hear the dude in the back, hey man, land this plane. It's crazy how sometimes when you're nervous, you do the most funniest shit ever. Oh man, but it's because you're really scared. Like your body is a wonderland. That's true though. That's true. Cause listen, we talk so much shit about our bodies. Like, look at me. My fucking back hurts. But it's like, yo, try to draw a fucking hand, but make it look real. We having hands all our lives, writing from our hands all our lives, cannot draw a fucking nice hand. And funny thing is, Dike, allegedly, the artists say that the hands is kind of like one of the tough shit to draw, because you gotta get when drawing a hand, you gotta get it right. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things that's like, you know, like you can't have one eye straight and the one eye slightly off looking to the right. No, it's things that we will pick up on quick. So it makes me think, like, matter of fact, even a fucking I saw a close-up picture of a syringe needle, the pinpoint, the tip, and the needle, I guess you could say, of a bumblebee or a bee or regular bee, and they times it like 100 or whatever in the microscope, and that needle that punctures us just like nothing, that shit looked like a fucking, like an anvil, like a fucking sledgehammer, like rounded, like it looked like the bottom, but the point of a pen. You know how it still looks dull and round, times like 100 or whatever, compared to the fucking beast, the bee needle, like the stinger. That shit looked way sharper still, and jagged edges, and like the tip was split. So it's like when you split, but you have one end, how you say, like longer than the other end, so it could be like a clear piercing. And look how nature like tackled that. And this is like bees I'm talking about. Like, how long can we even say when were the bees invented? Like, are you serious? You feel me? So that just lets you know that the majestic shit of the bio bodies that we have now, I want to say it can't get better than this. It can't get better than this here. You know what I'm saying? But maybe obviously if that whole alien shit is right, then they can make AI way better than a human, maybe. But even the computers, we gotten shit from the computers from the natural body. So just imagine that. We all don't want to believe in God, but can we create another human from scratch? Hell no. Hell no. You know, so hey, put that check right there under God shit, because you gonna tell me that this shit all just happened because of like two spark plugs and shit, like the Big Bang and shit. I did have an idea though. This is like some we had idea. I was like, yo, you imagine the Big Bang was all like a spark. It started, boom, everything is expanded, exploded. But thinking about the simulation theory, I was like, you imagine the Big Bang was just like the computer starting up, like turning on for the first time. It's like when you power up a laptop as soon as you get home from buying it or whatever. I know it sounds way heady or whatever, but think about it. They don't really never know how to explain it. They say they have their evidence. And you can't believe these evidence, man. I tell you, listen, if there's a school or a fucking college or something that is sponsoring some bullshit, man, shit, the answers you may get, like only I just feel like this, like must be like, cause you know, like the rich people, whatever, are the ones with the real artwork, and whatever people are buying are like fake shits. Yo, it's crazy shit that be going on that we don't really think about or know about. But yeah, those paintings that you see, those are real. Them shits ain't real. The real ones is owned. Maybe it's in a museum, but it's really owned by some big crazy rich person. But it's not like, first of all, when I found out, and it was so simple and obvious. But at the same time, I had to find out, like, damn, hold up. These museums, well fucking praised museums, those bones ain't no dinosaur bones. Them shits is fake. The real ones, is in like the bottom of the museum, you know, kept in good condition and yada yada yada. Like, there's so many inconsistencies with what people try to tell us is, you know, the truth, quote unquote. Because these people want to recreate the mammoth, right? I can see the mammoth being real, whatever. But y'all like, these motherfuckers have the bone tissue, don't they? Bone marrows and all that shit of dinosaurs. So what, they found a fresh fucking, a mammoth fucking leg and shit preserved? No. So they quick to go do the mammoth, but they don't want to do at least a quick experiment on the dinosaur to see if those bones was really from a dinosaur like they say. Yo, you know, maybe you could tell, like, this is why I can't have my own like show, like not publicly funded. That's what I need to have now, but like on some regular TV shows, like you can't talk about shit like that. You crazy? But that's what I'm saying, like, the white man being so greedy, you're gonna tell me by now it should have been like everybody born in the 80s just knew, like they were like the first, not the first, but you know, like by the people born in the 80s, the 70s, by that time they should have been known, like, oh yeah, aliens come here, some here and there, every certain amount of years, we know them, we saw them, they were on TV, we trade with them. Like, it should have been well established right then. Because imagine what another planet could have. They could simply say, yo, what the fuck is that liquid that y'all have naturally everywhere called water? Just like that. Just like that, you can go buy a water bottle for $1 and that shit be worth like fucking $450,000 in another planet. Just like that. That for sure gotta make sense. Because you can't tell me there's H2O everywhere. Imagine how a big tank of water costs in Mars. You see what I'm saying? So, you think the white man don't think about that shit? And you telling me that, nah, there's no aliens. We keep seeing them, but we don't know what it is. Nigga, fuck out of here. Like the new one, they said that they want, they're gonna hire, what is it, private investigator? Not private investigator, but they're gonna make a task force for alien, UAPs, what's it called? Aerial natural phenomenon, some bullshit. They trying to change the name from UFOs because it got bad image or whatever, that word. All right, whatever, man. But listen, all I'm saying is, listen. Changing the name, right? And then when you see these stories on it, they be like, oh, but we're not saying extraterrestrials though, you know, we just gotta find out first, what is this? It's exciting, that's exciting still. And I'm like, nigga, no, because y'all can easily say, yo, yep, there's these are the secret groups that we had, like the underground groups, like how you see the Winter Soldier and all the motherfuckers, how there's an underground base below the underground base below the underground base. That's just like another world down there, and they have so many technologies and shit, and they probably test, you know, they test a flying saucer out there. that's way ahead of anything we have up here. You know what I'm saying? And then they tell us, oh yeah, I guess there was like a runner or a breakaway civilization under Earth or whatever. I don't know. All I'm saying is that for them to say, oh, we're gonna put a task force now, that lets you know that this alien shit, they're gonna keep rolling with it. Now, jump to what I was gonna talk about it right after. About Bible prophecy. Like, that's why I hold on to the Bible like my main rock. You know, like the main base where you could just, you know, grab a rope and venture off, but you know you got that secure lock and you can climb right back. You know what I'm saying? Because all this shit is just like weird holes. Like, before I used to believe this shit, I went on a super massive deep like rabbit hole on aliens and shit, because I did see UFO, or, you know, whatever the fuck they want to call it. I saw some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? So that right there was like, whoa, I can't stop just being like, oh yeah, maybe that's fake. Nah, like, I saw it. After I was talking so much shit about, oh, how come you don't never see a UFO in the Bronx? Yo, that shit was in fucking Montreal Parkway. And no matter what nobody said, like, now I know why people be all like, they don't want to come out forward and say, I get it. Because every time you're gonna explain that story, you're gonna look a little nuts. Because this is how I tell people, like, even if I know you, whatever, I'ma still leave 10% to maybe you didn't know what you saw, just for my sanity. But until you see it yourself, you're gonna laugh at yourself. You be like, holy shit, like, this shit is real. That's the only shit that went through my mind. Like, holy shit, this shit is real. I couldn't believe it. And maybe I did see something, whatever, that maybe it was a drone. But see, even when I say that, I have to keep laughing because it was multiple times. So it was enough time that I could leave that drone shit out of there, for sure. And just to make sure for y'all that I wasn't just bugging, I wasn't like, fucking, let me step out, smoke some weed, and I saw a huge alien with a dice in the mirror and shit. But each of those times that I went to see them, like, yo, what's good, my niggas? Nah. Well, all those times that I went to see, oh, I'm gonna say it again, Diablo, that I saw it, obviously it was unexpected, but each time I was coming out of work. So obviously there's no like, but maybe you was drunk. Like, no, it was none of that. Each time was coming out of work. Specifically, the Montreal Parkway Ford train station by the Tracy Towers, right there. I couldn't believe it. And nobody looked. Everybody on their phone. That was weirder. That not weirder. That was not weirder. But that was weird though too. That everybody be on their phone. They don't even. Nobody looks up. Nobody looks up anymore. So, like, just do like the Genesaki. Let me circle back. You don't think these people would have made a deal with them? So now that they did that task force, it's like they trying to slow roll it as much as possible. And I already said here many a times, I told my friends many times, even though I saw what I saw, still, you never know. It could have been, you could have got close to it and it would have said made in China or made in Russia. You never would have known. But the Bible talks about flying wheels within wheels and shit like that, meaning referencing like flying saucers or whatever. So that's just one thing. But here's what I really wanted to say, which I said over and over before. If I turn 70 years old, 85, 75, whatever age, 60, 65, whatever, and we still haven't seen no fucking green little men, then that's it. What else you want? That shit is a lie. Now they trying to, sauce it up. And it just so happens it kind of went heavier, you know, during these times of 2019, you know, just that little Trump era. That's when everything fucking changed. And now everything changed so much for the worse that they could just throw out this Omicron. They're gonna have to call it the Omicron, because I know that word, Google gonna be like, whoa, what was that word you said? They're gonna act. It's gonna be like white people trying to say the N-word in the concert. You know, they're gonna get all those looks. That's how that's how Instagram and Facebook and fucking YouTube gonna look when you try to say that word. They're gonna listen right after. They said something bad. The guy from Pfizer, the CEO, Ben came out and said that those people who talking bad about the vaccines, those are the real criminals. He ain't say they should be none of that. We ain't got there yet. Give it a couple. Give it a couple years, and they'll be like, they should be dead, and that's it. And I'm pretty sure you know, people like, and you know what? And that's when we're gonna wake up, nigga. Yeah, no, nigga. You still gonna have people with a fucking on Twitter with a blue check saying, you know what? It's tough hearing that, but I must agree. If they talk bad about the vaccine, they must die. And then we're gonna be like, yo, not even and then, because we're there now. But you know, it sounds far-fetched. But trust me, we will see that shit. You can bet your fucking bottom dollar you're gonna see that shit. It's very unfortunate, and I will laugh. Because it's like, damn, like any more right than this, nobody could have fucking written it. Like that 1984 was supposed to be a joke, and that was a sign of good things. But when that shit's becoming too real, what you think? It's total control. They told us 15 days of slowing the spread or whatever the fuck that shit was. 15 days. 15 days. I gotta say it like that. And look where we at. It's about to be 2 fucking years. They're gonna look at us like, yo, what the fuck y'all was doing? That shit went on for 2 years. And we're gonna be like, yeah, you know, he told us he wanted us to get the 17th booster, and we started saying no. Like, no, nigga, yeah, people gonna say that shit. The people who called it from the beginning, though, they won't be remembered in history. You know? But it's been 2 years. And sadly enough, this is what they'll do. Because I just saw it today. I was like, let me see what the news gonna say. Like, I want to see how you're gonna lie to me, because I get a kick out of it. I get a kick out of you trying to lie to me. So let me amuse myself. I want to laugh. Let me see how they gonna fucking sell this story to us. And you fucking best believe it. They got an Indian dude with like a nice white shirt with a tie, you know, trying to let us know, like, you know, como tú sabes, como un doctor ahí, tú ves. You know, like a doctor. You know what I'm saying? He look like a doctor, right? They're trying to do that on us, and we're gonna believe everything he says. Like, are you fucking kidding me? This is how it works. And he does the white man's guilt face. That's, you know, when you tuck in your lips, no homo. Wife said no homo, right? But when you just tuck in your lips, the Bill Clinton face, the reaction he does when he feels like sad, you know, sympathy, that look that they give you. Usually, the greatest people who do it are white people. They aced it. So then the Indian dude does that, right? Because even the fucking news reporter, she was like, yeah, but this is ridiculous. Like, she said some shit. That nigga went to that face real fast. He pulled that face out of his book bag. He said, well, I got something for that. That's right there. Boop, here's his face. I sympathize, and it was one of those I understand, but unfortunately, it's just, you might as well not say that shit. But it was one of those. He said a bunch of yap, and then he goes, this is what I was like, oh. He goes, we're gonna have to make sure, since we try to vaccinate everybody, that we couldn't. Part of the things we got to do is continue to mask up, and make sure we're protected by taking the code. And I'm like, this has to be the fucking end times. And the funny thing is that I was young, obviously, back in the days. So I don't know what people use as, oh shit, the end times. But this is like a 2-year 9/11 though, because we thought 9/11 was the biggest shit out here. This is a 2-year so far 9/11, and thank the Most High, I'm still okay. But shit, people fucking lost their house, their jobs, their family members, over fucking misinformation from all of us. Let's keep it real, because like at the end of the day, these people will never show how much the vaccine killed, and these people will never tell us the real reason why people were dying during those times. Did we hear that people were dying and they were just putting down COVID? Yes, we did hear that from allegedly nurses. I don't know what to tell you. Like, where do we get our information from? That's why I go into that, because are we gonna believe it or we not? But we definitely believe shit from people who say, hey, I wrote a book. Look at my wall. That shit got a bunch of fucking papers over there. You better recognize my shit. And then we got we take it like fucking golden. We take it like, as gospel. And it's not like that. Everybody got to get vetted, man. The truth shall set us free. I mean, the Bible said it. Yeah, out of everything that we see, we go through, the Bible's a lie. That's why I started giving the Bible respect. Just off of that. And also, by the way, the way people are brainwashed, they let themselves be brainwashed. Like, god damn. I thought the people who read the Bible and were all that. I mean, there are people who be like Bible thumpers, and they go way overboard. And that does come off as brainwashing. But you look at these people, man. You see what they tell you about, like what they not trust with you, but what people will, the small talk from people around, like when you're at an event or whatever. And we all judges, so in our deepest minds, we be like, is this motherfucker serious? But you can't. Then you gotta go through all the filters, and then you let out. Damn, that's crazy. You know what I mean? But listen, like, I don't know. It's just people live their lives with, like, I guess not thinking of what's bigger than life. I don't know, because that's gonna make me sound like, oh, well, what the fuck you thought? What you be thinking? Like, no, I be thinking about funny, dumb shit anyways too. But sometimes I'll be like, what the fuck is, like, if it's so hard, especially now with the way blacks and Hispanics be fucking pressing delete on these babies in their womb. That alone is like, damn, how lucky are we, yo, to be alive right now. And to be alive, like, this is where the Kanye bullshit comes. But to be alive during the Kanye era, come on, keep it real, that shit is dope. The Trump era, unfortunately 9/11, the internet. Come on, nigga. The iPhone? Come on. There's no way in hell we ain't living in good times. We don't gotta be back in those days when we gotta fucking go to war and shit, and we'll die. Only for you, my king. Like, no, fuck that shit. But we still gotta deal with some sort of a ruler. And right now we see the Trojan horse, which is, the influence of, like, science. Like, that's another thing. Like, they use the word science for everything on some shit like it's the gospel. It's bad when when they trying to tell us that there's more than that is more than two genders, and they really had the Bill Nye the Science Guy episode. They brought him back, and that's when you see everybody selling out, boom, 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 one by one. And that motherfucker really got there and kind of switched it up, and they kind of wanted to delete the old episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy, where this girl came and she did a story, like she did a segment of how of explaining the two genders. They wanted to delete that because they look stupid talking about it now when they did a show in the fucking 90s. But you see what I'm saying? Like, everything needs to be recorded in some weird way. Like, I know there's got to be somebody out there that goes way harder than all of us and has like 50 fucking, you got like at least fucking 50 hard drives full of just a bunch of bullshit that we're gonna have there stored up just in case. You know? So I just think about it like that. Like, out of all the eras, times, we living at the edge of time. At the edge, as we speak, each second right now of time. This is our existence. Time. This is our existence. Or how it is, this is my existence. Time. That's what it's all about. So we choose that to fucking what? Sell drugs to each other, rob each other. You see what I'm saying? This is the part where the people are like, oh, here you go, be too intellectual. AKA, yo, nigga, I'm mad dumb. Stop fucking making me use my brain. Something is moving up there. Like, that's what they really want to say. Because you do have those people. And, you know, God help them. But, like, that's what we gotta, like, I saw life almost all the time like that. Like, damn, like, I remember being really fucking young. Really fucking young. Too probably young to remember. And just looking at my hands like, yo, I'm a human. Like, I really will have those thoughts. Like, damn, you're like, I'm really living right now. I will have those thoughts as a young kid. I'm not gonna say that I was fucking 1 year old, obviously, like, but I was at least must have been like at least 5, 6 years old, thinking shit like that. Like, oh, holy shit! Like, I would look down at my hands, like if I was fucking Pinocchio and shit, and then you got a new body. So that shit, like little shit like that, obviously stayed in my mind, and I would question shit. And I was like, I had two other brothers, a little bit older, way older than me though, like by like 7 years and shit. So they wasn't really with me like in the house all the time. They were already older. So in a way, I was like part of like an only child in a way. I am only child for my father, but in terms of being in the house type of shit. So I just had more time to think to myself. You know what I mean? So even as a kid, when I watched TV shows, which at least at that time, thank God, it were like really good shows. It wasn't no repetitive fucking microwave bullshit that we have now. And even though that shit makes me sound like, oh, you trying to compare eras like the old heads usually do. But, you know, like, is a clear winner if we do a top decades so far. You know it's going to be the 90s number one, or at least the 80s number one and the 90s number two. But most likely it's gotten to a point that it will be the 90s number one, and then the 80s number two, then maybe like the 70s number three. Like we have 3 back-to-back hot-ass albums, but in decades, in terms of years. You know, the 2000 had a run, but it I don't know. Even when people look from forward, look back, they're gonna see the 90s. Because regardless of what, the 90s gonna be so beast because it was the beginning of the internet. Because by 99, niggas knew what the fuck, like the possibilities. Like the way people talk about Bitcoin now, that's how they were speaking about the internet. When they were speaking about the internet, we were just like, all right, whatever. We never thought it was gonna be like this. So maybe that's what we're trying to do with Bitcoin, but then I hear that Bitcoin is just made up to purposely ruin the treasury of America and shit. You know, so shit like that gets deep. They be like, fuck, man. Like, it leaves you like, yo, should I take out all this money and put it in Bitcoins? And then for you to find out, oh, Bitcoin got hacked. the impossible happened, and then arrancaron con su dinero throughout that whole shit, clean wipe. And then they're gonna be like, yo, you should have just stayed with like American money. We're back, you know. So you never want to go through that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I know I jumped through every fucking topic, but it all ties up to what I was talking about with aliens. These white people would have been making money with aliens. They would have been like, fuck these people. They don't want. Fuck everybody who's in the religion that don't believe in this shit. We're gonna do it. Hey, yo, we saw aliens. They not crazy or nothing like that. We good. And by the way, we're gonna be making deals with them. Like, they would have been like that, back to back, straightforward. Not this whole shit like, oh my God, what was that? Oh my God, the military's looking at it. Oh my God, and then they go, all right, guys, we might set up a task force to invest. Nigga, y'all would have been investigated. Like, that's fucking dangerous. The motherfuckers is over there hovering over your military shit. You don't know who the fuck they are. That probably could be a collaboration probably of China and Russia. You never know. Motherfuckers probably got some beast ass fucking material or some fucking Armonite, some shit landed in their fucking area, and now they got infinite battery or some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. This shit gonna fuck up your country. You have to be 10 toes down and be ready to like for all shit that comes. You gotta be doing all those fucking research. And maybe they already did. There's a lot of fucking project this, project that they were trying to like hide the information. They trying to investigate and shit like that. You never know where these people at. Maybe also this is a slow roll, because they can't just show us an alien like that. We be talking shit, you know, like, yeah, I saw the movie or whatever. But when the fucking alien just stands right in front of you, we scared to stand next to horses. Imagine a fucking alien for sure. You know? That's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's why I hold on to the Bible, because I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers, I think these motherfuckers is lying. Somebody's lying. And I'm here, Lord willing, till my 60s, 70s, and 80s or some shit like that. Maybe by that time they have that fucking the regenerate shit that fucking reverses time, and I'll live maybe a little bit more longer. And you're gonna tell me that there's no fucking aliens, and we still saying, hey, yo, maybe we saw a small snippet of an alien coming out of the shuttle, you know, some little bullshit to keep us right there again. And 10, 20, 15, 30 years pass by, and we still on that, oh shit, wait, aliens. You know what I mean? There's no way, by the way that now we seeing them shits in the news, we would have never saw some shit like that. But now that we are seeing it, and they probably prepped us with Endgame and, you know, all those Marvel movies, but if they doing that shit now, you're gonna tell me that it's for them not to really reveal nothing, and like 30 more years pass by and nothing? You know, hopefully our children, grandchildren by then are gonna be like, yo, aliens are lies, and put the ball on their court now. Like, now what you gonna do? Go ahead, go call fucking Siskel and Ebert and fucking Steven Spielberg to create some real looking one and just have it hover a couple of times to scare us, I guess. You never know what these people are capable of. You never know. Think about it. You really think that we're gonna go meet aliens? Like, how would that work? Do they want us to have world peace in a way? Like, can world peace ever happen, like, for like at least 5 years straight, that nobody's gonna have that anger, which we all have, to kill somebody else though? Not nobody in jail want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. One day, if that shit is true, that aliens are real and they come here and all that, there's gonna be that one person that's gonna become the first person ever that killed a fucking alien. You know how we are. We love driving slow by the fucking accident, you know? So that's shit that is inevitable. Now, if you told me that the aliens, whoever we thought were aliens, the extraterrestrials, is just other humans that broke away a long time ago, then I could believe that. But then again, if we don't see any fucking aliens, are we living in some type of fucking firmament, like the Bible says? And now they're fucked. And maybe that's why they swangle around with all these like, hey, we saw another ship to keep us again. Like, you know, yeah, maybe this is real. You feel me? Every little trick, maybe. Because the last thing that they want to have people know is that, yo, if this is a firmament and we all in here, and that automatically lets you know that there's a God, obviously. And then that lets you know, like, what the fuck are we here for? Like, God made us, man. And we were born in this specific time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Think about our ancestors. Like, we are living right now as the time is ticking exactly right now. We are the last offsprings, literally everybody right now, of ancient DNA. Ancient people. Maybe people from the great names that we heard of. So, you know what I mean? Like, that could be my whole thesis, if you will, whatever the fuck they call it. To be like, yo, this is why in my search of truth, I landed back to the Bible. I would have never thought that. I would have never thought that. Shit landed me right back to the Bible. Because I just looked at all the small blind spots that science had. That's why it's crazy, not crazy, but predictable in a way. Now that they're trying to put science like, yo, but it's science. You know what I mean? I would never doubt that. When I saw the way how they make everything under that science umbrella, it's like, yo, hold up. And they try to use it in any little way to manipulate us. It wasn't even like that before. I believe in engineering, shit. But it's like, fuck, now you're gonna ruin the word science for us? And I was gonna speak about the Kanye and fucking Kim bullshit. I never would like to speak on Kanye's relationship. I don't give a fuck about that. But it's just like, damn, like, part of me say this shit is like fake, like a little skadoodle. But I don't know, the way Kanye talks about it seems real. And who knows what Kanye thinking, but it's like, damn, Kim, you really gonna go out here with fucking Pete Davidson? Like, what the fuck? Embarrassing yourself. But hey, she is a woman. So, you know what they say, nigga, they capricious by nature. So you gotta let them do what they want. Then when they come back, oh, it was a mistake. Put that shit on your fucking show. It's just crazy, yo. It's crazy, like, you can have the house, you can have the cars, and, you know, at the end of the day, it's just if you treat that person, if y'all treat each other right. And are y'all willing? Because everybody loves to talk about it. Every fucking bitch out here wants a ring. But are you willing to be bored of this dick? And me bored of that whack ass pussy, but still be there with you. We're not gonna embarrass each other. I'm not gonna go on a fucking family reunion, some bullshit that they doing, some in the world shit, you know, or Thanksgiving shit, and I gotta go there with my dumbass self by myself because your dumbass did some stupid shit, and now I gotta be fucking facing these questions like I'm Allen Iverson when he skipped practice. You talking about practice? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of shit that every man looks at. Like, yo, this bitch been embarrassing. And yeah, men cheat, but oh well. Those are the men you find. Sometimes when a girl has, like, I mean, with the sometimes.
I'm only
but
fucking about
hey,
that.
we seen good girls have a good dude and everything just fuck it up because that pussy, that pica, nigga, or their friends, their know-it-all friends that don't know how to do shit,
Trying to wind me up.
convinces them.
I'm trying to wind anyone.
You know?
I'm fucking serious.
Especially the TV and that whole independent shit. On that independent shit, give it all up for the husband, some kids. Kanye said that shit a while back. But yeah. What is the truth? We don't know. That Omicron, the Omarion, that B2K variant is coming. I want to see all y'all motherfuckers' energy right now. Right now. What am I? But I want to see that energy. I got to see it. Instagram gonna be good. Instagram gonna be good. Anyways. Pirate Radio episode 27. 27 episodes. Can you believe that shit? Peace. Put your hands up,